Hello, and welcome to Stage Screen and In Between with Helen. I'm Helen Primus. I really wanted to reach out to everybody today because isn't this really something what the whole world is going through with this pandemic? It's really unbelievable. First ever. And my heart goes out to, and my thanks and my gratitude go out to all the first responders, to the hospitals that have all these patients that are so sick, the nurses, the doctors, all the good Samaritans, the grocery workers, the sanitation men, the police officers, all the people that are coming together to help us survive this terrible pandemic. But on a lighter note, I have with me today a really good friend of mine who is a TV host and an entertainment journalist, the wonderful COGNAC WELLERLANE. Welcome, COGNAC. So good to see you.
Hello, my darling. Hello, and big champagne kisses from Lido Beach. I'm so happy to be here with you to talk about this
No,
thing
I
that
miss you. I miss you. I haven't seen
I
you.
miss you terribly, terribly. I
I
miss
know.
you. I'm so happy to see your beautiful face. Really, I am.
The same thing here, and your beautiful new pink kitchen. So,
Yes.
what do you think of this pandemic and everything that's going on?
I think you want to know the truth? I feel like I'm watching a science fiction movie and I'm
No,
in it.
no.
That's how I feel. I can't, it's so surreal. It's so beyond anything I have ever experienced in my entire life. I don't think that young people really understand because they're young and they don't know, but we never went through anything like this ever. I mean, I've been through maybe three devastating disasters. 9/11, Sandy, and this, but it's like a quiet disaster where, I mean, the first thing was 9/11, which was not a quiet disaster. That was like a war that people went into the 9/11, went into the building at the World Trade Center, where I know I worked for people
Right,
that
right.
died in that.
Yeah, well, it was a big explosion, and this kind of sneaks up on us very quietly and gently, and actually,
quiet disaster.
we don't even know if we have COVID-19 when we have it, because it has to incubate. But anyway, on a happier note, and we are all grateful for everything that's going on, I want to ask you now, because you usually are on red carpets as I do, and you have a social life because that's, what you do brings you in with large groups of people. Now we have to isolate. What are you doing to occupy yourself now?
Well, this is the thing. The last big event that I went to was the Bailey House. And that was probably the last biggest thing I did, which is one of my main events for the whole year, because I go to many, many red carpet charity galas in New York City and Long Island, the Hamptons.
Right.
So that was the really last event that I went to. Then I did do something else. I did a show about Hicks Nursery, who's been around for, I think, over 30 years. And then after that, we were in quarantine and we were on a lockdown. So I started creating videos about shopping hauls. What a shopping haul is basically is like when you buy things online and you give a review about what you purchased, and it goes on, I publish it on YouTube. And that seems to be something that people really want to look at. They really like looking at these hauls. And what I do is I do the shopping. I purchased most of these products either on Amazon, AliExpress, Shein, and Wish. But for some reason, people love Amazon because
it's very popular. Amazon is very popular. Yes.
They get it very fast. So I came up with this idea, Sexy Sunday lingerie Amazon haul. And oh my God, I got almost 1,000 views on that. And it was really very successful. I did the haul. I explained about all the products that I purchased. And then afterwards, of course, it's all edited. And then afterwards, you see me in a fashion show, and I'm modeling all my purchases, all the sexy lingerie. So I've been doing that. It's been costing me money
Yes.
because, you know, I'm buying all these products, but I'm trying to keep my purchases down to loungewear, because that's what we need right now, because no one's going outside. So we want to look pretty in the house. We want to look glamorous for our significant other, whoever that may be. So I figured, you know, I want to look glamorous. I want to look pretty. So I'm going to do all of this and show people that you can still feel good about yourself. You can still feel pretty, and you can, you know, wear nice clothes and look glamorous.
But you know, you have another precaution you have to take when you do have orders that are coming into the house. You have to unpack them outside of the house, spray the packages with disinfectant.
My God, that's all
you have
I
to
do.
be very careful with all of that, you know?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I purchased, not only have I been purchasing clothes, but I bought this love seat, this French love seat. It's just totally gorgeous. I bought it off of Walmart, and the guy delivered it to my house. He didn't deliver it, but because you have to put this together. So Walmart provides a service where if you purchased a product, like a piece of furniture that you have to assemble yourself, you could also ask for them to have a person come to your house to put this together. So this gentleman came to my house, and he came with the mask, with gloves. He even took his shoes off when he came in my house. I was shocked that he even did that. And I said, I need for you to go upstairs and put it, because we're putting this in my bedroom. So he was the nicest man. He put the whole thing together, and it was really well worth it, because my husband, you know, he gets nervous and cranky and don't want to put anything together. So
he came prepared. Now, I was going to say to you, being you love to cover Fashion Week, I do also. You do it a lot more than I do. What do you think about masks becoming a fashion statement now?
Well, my friend Deborah Rothberg is into that. She likes designing all these masks and everything. But I don't think we're going to get to that. I honestly think that
you can't even go outside right now in New York without a mask on.
Right. No, that I know. But honestly, this country is opening up now. But I just wanted to get back to the point that, you know, my last big event was the Bailey House. All my media events were canceled. Everything has been canceled.
Well, the whole world has shut down, actually, you know.
Everything's been canceled. But the funny thing is this. Our president wants to open up the country, but all these people are being very presumptuous, and they're just canceling everything for the whole summer. So I've spoken to friends of mine that are colleagues of mine that are photographers and media people, and they don't even know what's going on, because as far as we know, there is not going to be, and you know me, I'm very big in the Hamptons. I cover all the events in the Hamptons, and as far as I know, they may not even have anything in the Hamptons.
Yeah, well, it's a wait and see. It's a wait and see.
Exactly.
Thing.
And the next thing after the Hampton season is Fashion Week. So I spoke to Patricia about this, and you know, Patricia is my style and trend reporter. She does stories from the online on fashion and trends, and she goes to all the trade shows.
Yeah, because you have cognacscorner.mag, right? That's your online magazine.
It's cognacscornermagazine.com. And she seems to think that Fashion Week is not going to be until maybe after September, or maybe they're just going to postpone it completely, or cancel it completely. We have no idea what's going on.
I know. Well, I've been keeping myself busy with cooking. I've been doing a lot of cooking.
And you know what? You should do a cooking show.
I know.
You're so
I know.
good
I really have been doing a lot of cooking. I was getting tired of my standby recipes, so I do Google various recipes that are simple, you know, and it's been keeping me busy, and it makes me happy, and it's healthy because, you know, you want to keep up your resistance, right? And eat well.
Absolutely. And I think that your cooking is amazing. I don't know why you don't do a cooking show. It's so silly that you won't do a cooking show.
I might, hey, listen, we're going to be in for a while. That might be my next venture.
Yeah.
But, you know, I want to say
Yeah.
this, you know, I know it's very hard for everybody being in, but, you know, the unemployment is high. We're waiting for stimulus checks.
Yeah.
But I have to say, we're blessed in a lot of ways. I mean, we have electricity, we have food, we still have food, we have running pure water, we have television, we have the media. I mean, we're stuck in sometimes with pajamas on and with our family. Do you think that there's more to this than just being a germ and we're sequestered here now? Do you think that there's a message from a greater being? Is this happening for a reason, do you think? Possibly.
I think everything happens for a reason. We sometimes don't know what that reason is, but everything in this universe happens for a reason. What that reason is, who knows? You know, I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe it's a message from God that we need to appreciate certain things more, not take everything for granted. That could be. Listen, I had on my husband's side of the family, he lost a whole nuclear family. He lost his uncle, his aunt, and his cousin. They all came down with the coronavirus. They were all in a nursing home. And first, their daughter passed away. Then the mother passed away. And now the uncle passed away. So
My
it's very
condolences.
sad.
I know it is. Several of the people that I've interviewed, one just passed away, and you know, it's so sad. Another one was hospitalized, and he's doing well. Came out of the hospital, but I'm reading all the time on Facebook associates. I mean, it's pitiful daily, one after the other after the other. The lives are touched because their relatives, their friends have died, or they're in the hospital and they're asking for prayers. I mean,
Yeah.
and then the funerals sometimes are virtual, or they limit how many people can go into the room, you know, 3 at a time with a mask. You know,
My
it's very hard to get
sister-in-law,
buried.
yes, my sister-in-law lost her mother, who was also in a nursing home. They don't seem to think, though, that she died from coronavirus. She had very bad dementia. They think she had a
Yeah.
stroke. But I don't know if she's even going to have a funeral for her mother. You know, that's the sadness of all of this. You can't, you know what I find very crazy? That in the state of New Jersey, liquor stores are open. Why are liquor stores open and you can't go into church or you can't sit in a park?
Well,
As a matter
number one thing, God is everywhere. And, you know, if you have 800 people in a church, it's dangerous because there's germs. In a liquor store, you're in
Absolutely.
and out. And for some people, if they don't have a drink, they'll lose their mind. They're in, they
Is
have
that the reason
extended
why they're doing
family.
this with the liquor stores?
What?
Is that the reason? Is that the reason
Oh, I
why
don't
they're
know. I
doing
don't even drink.
those?
So, you know, I drink
Yeah,
cran
not
grape
really.
juice.
I mean, I do like my occasional pink champagne, okay? I'm not going to deny that. I still like to have my pink champagne. But I just thought that was a little odd. And, you know, I also talked to Ron and Vlad. They're two very good friends of mine. They live in Houston. And they tell me that, you know, Vladdy works in Walmart. And he said Walmart now has become like a nightclub because everything is closed and people want to see other people or they just want to get out of the house, so they go to Walmart. So it's like a nightclub in there.
Yeah.
He says it's totally ridiculous. They're spreading germs and some of them are not even wearing masks. But here in New York, that's mandatory. You have to wear a mask.
You know, well, people sometimes are going out, they're coping during the crisis. And somebody had brought up a good point to me. They said, you know, if you see somebody in Home Depot and they're buying like seeds to plant or paint, these are people that might otherwise, you know, they could have mental illness of some type. And if they don't stay busy, they could fall apart. you know,
Yeah, they
or
lose their
they
minds.
could be, you know, former alcoholics. They could, if they're not distracted, they could turn back to the bottle, and they might know what they need to keep themselves together. So they might need that, you know, to cope. And another thing is that we might not be able to connect physically, but we can connect emotionally. You know, we can make a phone call. We have video. We can stay close. You don't have to touch someone or be closer than 6 feet to
Absolutely,
be close.
absolutely. Yesterday, my phone was ringing off the hook. I must have talked to, my husband says, aren't you going to get anything done? That's all you do is talk on that telephone to a million people. When are you going to get off that phone and cook me dinner?
Well, you're an important lady, and you know
Yeah,
we're keeping busy. We're keeping busy because if you don't keep busy, uh,
you
it's
will
not
go
it's not
nuts.
healthy for you. So a lot of
No,
women, a lot of people are cleaning out their closets. They're doing a lot of things
I've
that needed
already
to be
done
done.
that. I've
They're
already done
they're
that.
writing books that they have put off. They are reading books. They're listening to music, and you know, there's some people that are entertaining online on Facebook Live also, like
All the
Sal Manzo
celebrities.
has a very nice show that he does every night, and he's been doing it. I think it's like 24 nights now in a row, and he asked for some donations because it goes to feed the nurses and the doctors in Winthrop Hospital.
Oh,
You
you know,
know,
my friend Rob Rich, he's a big photographer, and everyone knows him. He's a very famous, very popular photographer. Of course, because there's no media events, that's what he's doing. He's delivering food to all the
yeah,
hospitals.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what he's
There's
doing.
a lot of goodness going around. You know,
Helen, let me
so.
ask you something. What do you think about the president reopening the country for
You know
business?
what? I don't get political. I just think that we have to go step by step, and I think that uh, lives need to be saved, but I think the economy has to be saved too,
I agree.
because you know it's a wait and see thing, and it's day by day, and we'll see. I just know that whoever our president is, and I've always been this way, whether I voted for them or not, I try to stay respectful because they are the president, you know.
I
And
agree
I
with
think
you.
that,
I agree.
and I just don't want to see any adult get bullied, no matter what position they're in. And it's not a good example for our children to see a lot of disrespect.
I
So,
agree with you.
whatever your choice, I'm always respectful of our leaders. And if I disagree, I try to do it in a rational tone and
Well,
rational
you know,
language.
I met Donald Trump. I met him at
Hmm.
Fashion Week, and I was interviewing Beth Stern, Howard Stern's wife,
Yes.
and he likes Howard Stern and Donald Trump are friendly, and of course, President Trump, now President Trump, he went over to kiss her and hugged her. He interrupted my interview, but he didn't care.
Hmm.
So, and I says, oh my God, it's Donald Trump. This is when he was on The Apprentice. And I said, oh my God, I would love for you to interview about Fashion Week. And he says, nah, I can't do it. We got to catch a fashion show. He was with Millennia. And he says, I'll see you later. And he walked out the door.
Oh, well.
But I did recently interview Mayor Giuliani at
Right,
Fashion Week, at New York Fashion Week, at Zhang Toy Show.
right.
And that was an interesting interview. He said to me, I've never defended anyone more innocent than Donald Trump. That's what he told me. So I, you know, of course, like you, I'm a journalist, so I can't really show uh, too much emotion about what I feel. I just let people say what they have to say. And that's
Yeah.
really the best thing, you know, that's the best thing we can do, to report the news, to report the entertainment, and everyone has to make their own decision of what they want to believe.
Right. And the main thing right now is that everybody stays home. You know,
Yeah,
the best thing that you can do to help the doctors and the nurses and everybody helping is stay home. That's
that's
our
what
command, you know?
Helen, I haven't gone out of the house. I had to go out Monday because I had to put money in my bank account. I really do. I really wanted to do it online, but it was from one bank to the other. And you would think at this time, the bank would say, okay, we'll put the money in for you. But they wanted to charge me money for this. So I said, oh, you know what? Let me just go out of the house. I'll be careful. I'll wear my mask. I went through the drive-through. I did not go in the bank. I went through the drive-through in Chase Bank. And that's how I deposited the money. I wouldn't even go in the bank. I was afraid to. I don't even think you can go in the bank. They don't.
No,
even
it's drive-throughs. It's drive-throughs. You know.
So that's the only thing I've done. And everything I buy is online. Everything, from makeup to clothes to shoes. I even bought fur coats online. Can you believe that? From AliExpress. You're going to see a fashion show from AliExpress with furs I bought. Amazing furs. I can't even believe how beautiful they are.
Well, furs are out of vogue, and in New York, they're not even going to be selling them anymore.
Yeah, that's what they say. We'll see. We'll see.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. You know, now speaking of money, you said you're going to the bank. What do you think about the stimulus check?
I think it's a good thing. You know, some people, of course, there's so many people like you, I'm okay. Financially, I'm all right. But there's a lot of people that are a lot younger than myself that have children and families and mortgages, and you know they have no money, so they're very fearful of the finances of how they're going to cope with this coronavirus.
Yeah, you know, I understand that unemployment. You know, they could run out of money. I think there's a lot of people applying for unemployment, millions of people. And I also wanted to say something about this whole virus and the Wuhan in China. I would hope that being there's a lot of attention on this part of the world that, you know, I've signed numerous petitions against this, you know, about them eating cats and dogs. But, you know, I've been told they don't have enough food. There's such a large population. But I do object to them eating cats and dogs, but especially cooking them while they're alive. What? Boiling them. They actually boil them. They fry them while they're alive. And they laugh. They get entertainment out of it. Yes. It's a custom there. They have something called the wet market. And I would just hope that with all the eyes on this part of the world right now, maybe that's part of the reason this is all happening, because the people, this has become like a lifestyle for them. So maybe we can change the way they look at things and the way they value things, because they had closed up the wet markets for a time, but they're open again now. But I just wish that would be something that would be outlawed, you know, send them, you know, some other kind of food, or pay them not to do it. I mean, the government wastes. I'm trying to talk. The government tries to has a lot of money sometimes for things that aren't that necessary. I mean, if you even had to pay some of the people that do this to stop them, maybe it would be worth it, because I really find it very upsetting to know that they're cooking them alive. At least kill them first. Don't cook them while they're alive.
I
Please.
agree.
Thank you.
What is the wet market exactly? You buy the animal live?
They have them in cages. You could see them and they pick them out. If you've ever seen the videos of these dogs and cats all squished together in cages, and they just pick them out. Adorable, beautiful dogs. Cats.
I can't believe
and
that.
They pick them out and they cook them, and I can't believe that you don't know that.
Well, I remember as a kid, years ago, my mother and my grandmother, they went to a market and they would buy the chicken live. And that was like so traumatic to me. I walked into this.
It is, but they do twist the neck and kill it immediately. At least do that.
Yes. That was, all I heard was squawking. The bird was squawking. I said, what the hell is going on? And my mother at that time, and my grandmother, of course, she was old-fashioned Italian. She walked up, uno, dos, tres, that one there in Italian. And they picked, this is like an old-fashioned thing. Nobody does this anymore.
I don't know. In some countries, I'm sure they do, you know.
Yeah.
You know, or people that live on farms. So tell us something about your magazine, and we're going to have to wrap it up in a little while, but you have Cognac's Corner Mag, And
It's Cognac's Corner. Well, this is the situation. I have a Facebook page. It's Cognac WellerLANE. My online website is Cognac's Corner Magazine. It's spelled out magazine.com.
right.
And I also have an Instagram, Cognac's Corner Magazine. And I also have another Instagram page, Cognac's Corner Mag. Cognac's Corner Mag is all pictures of my celebrity interviews. I've interviewed hundreds of celebrities, everyone from Paris Hilton to, you know, I don't know, Mayor Giuliani. I've interviewed hundreds of maybe thousands. I don't even know. So many people for like 10 years. I've interviewed major celebrities. But the Cognac's Corner Magazine is more of the events I go to and pictures of myself and my home.
Right.
And of course, I have a YouTube channel, which is Cognac WellerLANE also. That's my YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel right now. So please come to my YouTube channel and subscribe and ring the notification bell if you want to see all my newly published videos.
Right.
So
Okay. And so I have Stage Screening in Between with Helen on Facebook. If you like that page, you can find out where my show is broadcast. I also have a YouTube channel, Stage Screening in Between with Helen. And you can also see my shows there. So I want to thank you very much, Cognac, for coming on to Stage Screening in Between with Helen. And I'm looking forward to seeing your show also. And stay safe during the pandemic. And I can't wait until there's a time when I can give you a great big hug.
My pleasure, darling. My pleasure. And pink champagne kisses.